This'll cover my arse for a bit.
Yo, what's going on, guys? In today's video, we're going to be talking about one of my, or actually my favorite gun from the Cartel event, and that is the OPQ system. Today's video, I'm going to show you guys a really cool farming tip for how to farm this gun, and then I'm going to show you guys some really cool Borderlands science math stuff about it and why the gun is actually just so powerful. So with that being said, let's pretty much just get into it. Alrighty, so I'm going to keep this video as structured as possible. We're going to hop straight into where I suggest farming this thing. Now, where you can get it is from the Cartel event. There are mini bosses that spawn while the Cartel event is active, and if you do the Cartel event mission, go like from Maurice going to Joey Ultraviolet's lair, you will face these mini bosses. The two mini bosses you are looking for are Josie Bite and Franco Firewall. Now, what I suggest doing is, wait, I have to move my webcam a little bit, doing the Cartel event mission and getting to the point where it says kill Joey Ultraviolet. So we're actually going to go to the Joey Ultraviolet boss fight, and there's a pretty cool tip I'm going to show you guys, and that is once we are down here. Now, the Joey Ultraviolet boss fight will spawn two mini bosses alongside him. So like I said, you're looking for either Franco Firewall or Josie Bite. Now, preferably, if you could get both, then that's great. Now, there is one downside to this farming method, and that is, even if you save quit, the mini-bosses that spawn in the fight do not change. So if you don't get Franco Firewall, like you can see I have Franco Firewall ready, or Josie Bite, you have to just finish the mission and run it again. Now, here's the tip I'm going to share with you guys. We have to wait for Franco Firewall to spawn so we can kill him. Basically, what we're going to do is we're going to kill Franco Firewall. Here he is. We're going to kill Franco Firewall. He's going to drop his loot, but we're not going to kill Joey Ultraviolet. So you can see we didn't get an OPQ system to drop. What we're going to do now is fast travel back to the beginning, and since we didn't kill Joey Ultraviolet, the boss mission is going to restart completely, meaning Franco Firewall is actually going to respawn, and I'm just going to show you guys that he's going to respawn, and then we're going to move on to why the OPQ system is so amazing and why it's such a powerful weapon. You know, maybe I can start telling you about it actually. So there's two reasons and two special effects that this gun has. It's basically just a Q system, but with these two special effects and abilities. The first one I'll tell you guys about is that when you shoot an enemy, you create these cool shock damage explosions. You can see some of the mist in the air. But you get these major shock damage explosions. The second awesome thing about the OPQ system is when you, if you switch it to its alternate firing mode and you shoot, you get a little copy. You get a little OPQ. I'm pretty sure this is actually what the OPQ system is. You get a little Q system with short fuse. This gun has short fuse pretty much, but you get a little companion that flies around and shoots enemies with you. Now, there's two major reasons why this gun is so powerful, and that's what we're going to start talking about now. So why don't I go and fast travel over to Pandora. We're going to go to the Drought so I can get a Skag to test on. But basically, what this gun does is it double dips many damage bonuses. So a second ago, you heard me call it short fuse. It basically makes shock explosions like short fuse on Moe's, except keep in mind these are locked to the shock element. We're going to go ahead and travel to the Drought so I can show you guys some of the cool math behind it. Basically what it does is it double dips your damage bonuses, like I said. But the really cool thing, in my opinion, is the alternate firing mode of the OPQ system. Because what you can actually do is get an amp shield, like I'm wearing the 0.M amp shield here, and you can actually apply this entire amp shield to the secondary firing mode. And that's basically what I'm going to be showing you guys. You can also use the toboggan for this as well. So I'm going to go ahead and respec. I'm going to turn off Guardian rank, and we're going to do some quick Borderlands science for you guys. We're going to do some damage testing. Let me take all my gear off. Alrighty, so the OPQ system. Let's go ahead and find a Skag. And you guys are going to quickly see why this is my favorite gun from the Cartel event. So let's go ahead and find a little skag. Let's just shoot him. You can see it does 50k damage. That's because it is 25k on the card. Now, you can see that it does 50k damage. So let me pull out some of my notes for you guys. So it does 50k damage, which is 25k times 2. That's what the card says. And then you guys can see that we have a 16k damage shock explosion. So what that means is, basically, if I can pull out some quick maths for you guys, the shock explosion does an equal damage to the card as one pellet. So one pellet triggered the shock explosion, which is 25k. So if we do 25,000, we multiply that by shock versus flesh. Because keep in mind, we're shooting a shock at a flesh enemy. So we have to do the shock penalty, and that gives us 16,000. So that's how much damage that the OPQ system does at base. Now, what I'm going to show you guys is that the OPQ system double dips on hit bonuses. Now, what on hit bonuses are certain bonuses in the game. Let me pull up my notes so I can give you guys examples. Some examples are assault rifle damage, the Victory Rush artifact bonus, that's considered V1, the Pearl of Ineffable Knowledge bonus, many flak skills plus his class mods are considered V1 and V2, the Terror Damage Anointment, Kaka Combo is considered V1. Basically, on-hit bonuses like this will double dip. So let me go ahead and put something on with assault rifle damage. Oh, you know what? I think I only have an artifact. But there is an issue with that, is that it also has area of effect damage. Do I have just assault rifle? I don't. Okay, that's fine. So keep in mind this also has area of effect damage, so we will math that in, and I'll show you guys how to take that into account. So let's go ahead and shoot this guy. Now you can see our damage goes from 50k to 62k, which is only a 12k increase, but our shock explosion went all the way up from 16k to 36k, which is more than a double increase. And I'm going to show you guys how to make this thing truly insane once you apply many of these bonuses. So if we do some quick maths, we had a 25k pellet, which as you can see it's 62k. So we have to do 62k divided by 2, which is going to be 31k, basically 31k pellet. And that's because we added assault rifle damage. So we do 25k times 1 point, what's our assault rifle bonus? 24% assault rifle damage. So we're going to take our 16k, So we're going to take our 25k assault rifle damage, multiply this by 1.24, because that's our assault rifle bonus, and that gives us 31k pellets, as you can see. Now, why did the shock explosion go all the way up to 36k, though? Well, what's interesting about this is, like I said, it double dips, meaning we're going to multiply that same bonus twice. So we get the bonus twice. So we're going to multiply this by another 1.24, 38k. And then we also actually happen to have AoE damage right here, 48% area of effect damage. So we multiply this by AoE, giving us all the way up to 56,891. Now, how do we get to 36k? Don't forget, we need a 0.65 shock versus flesh, and you can see we get 36,000. So as you can see, we actually double dipped. We got this assault rifle damage twice onto these shock explosions. And that is some Borderlands spaghetti science for you guys. And we're not done with this thing yet. We actually have to show you some insane things about the alternate firing mode. Now, like I said, the alternate firing mode of the OPQ system, it basically shoots out a copy of the gun. Now, what's interesting, where's my OPQ system? Now, what's super, super interesting about this alternate firing mode is that it's not like a drone. So for example, think of a Tediore weapon that when you throw it, it becomes like a drone, like the Dark Army, for example. The Dark Army is a Tediore that throws like kind of a turret out or like a drone. Now, even though this looks like a turret pretty much, it's just a flying gun that shoots for you, it actually acts like a bullet. So what does that mean for Borderlands math? What that means is we can actually apply all of our on-shot bonuses to the alternate firing mode. Now, I said I'm going to teach you guys a little bit about on-shot versus on-hit. So what are some examples of on-shot bonuses? Well, amp shields are on-shot, overkill is on-shot, all gun damage is on-shot. So some examples of gun damage are gun damage anointments. I wrote consecutive hits, but this also goes for like the 250% phase cast anointment. The stackbot class mod, you can apply a fully stacked stackbot to the alternate firing mode of the OPQ system. Violent momentum, so if you are sliding and shooting the OPQ system, it applies to all of the bullets. And then it has its on-hit bonuses like assault rifle damage. And this stuff, well, the shock explosion of the alternate firing mode will double dip this stuff. So it's pretty cool. So let me show you guys what I mean. So let's go ahead. Oops. Let me move this out of the way. So, let me get my alternate firing mode on my OPQ system out. Let me go ahead and just shoot it for you guys. So you can see it does 14k damage and 16k shock explosions. And that's actually probably because I have AoE on. I think I have my toboggan on. Yeah, I do have my toboggan on. Okay, that's fine. This is gonna prove my point anyway, because the toboggan is an amp artifact. Now keep in mind, this is also gonna work with amp shields. So you can see it did 14k damage. Let's wait until it runs out so that I can show you guys what I'm talking about. I need some help. I'm gonna go grab some help real quick. Now, you can see we've activated our toboggan, and look what happens when we fire our OPQ system. Let's go ahead, we have our toboggan, let's fire it. So let's find an enemy to shoot. Now it's doing 28k damage, did you see that? 28k damage. 28k damage and like 30 something k shock explosions. All of a sudden, you notice that the damage of the alternate firing mode doubled. And that's because I slid in my toboggan artifact. The toboggan, when you slide, you get one shot, not a full clip from the alternate firing mode, but you actually do get that. But you're supposed to only get one shot from the toboggan, but if you slide and shoot the alternate firing mode, you get all your on-shot bonuses. So like I said, ways you can abuse this, fully stack up your stack bot, and then fire the alternate firing mode. Go get overkill on an enemy, and then fire the alternate firing mode. Or wear an amp shield, wear a toboggan, get overkill, stack your stack bot, slide to violent momentum, activate your biggest gun damage bonuses, and then fire the alternate firing mode, and you can get that clip you saw in the beginning of the video.
This will cover my arse for a bit.
Hey, feels good to be back. And with that being said, I'll see you guys in the next one. I'm out.